Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we are playing Blue-Black Control, which is running Thief of Sanity, which is a new card from Ravnica Allegiance, and it's also running cards like Hymn to Torok, Force of Will, Counterspell, Ponder. We're going to keep this hand. We also have a Planeswalker set of 2 Liliana of the Veil. Oh, jeez. Alright, we're playing against Reanimator. I don't think we're going to win. 2 Chancellors of the Annex main deck. Not main deck, opening hand. They probably have 4 main deck. So, depending on what our opponent's running here, we'll see if they can go off turn 1. Alright, Bloodstained Mire, fetch, Dark Ritual, and combo off probably. Entomb. Okay, so we have a chance. Our chance is play this Ponder on our main phase, and then, alright, so they're going to grab Grizzlebrand. Alright, they have the Lotus Petal, so maybe they're going to be able to reanimate here. Ooh, it doesn't look like they have the reanimation spell. Okay, so we're going to have a chance here. Underground Sea, and we're going to cast this Ponder, which is going to get countered by these 2 Chancellors of the Annex triggers. Alright, so now we're going to pass back. Sorry guys, I'm fiddling with my screen a lot. Everything's different sized and unproportional. I just got a new computer to hopefully bring you guys better content, and in doing so my monitor screen increased, and in doing so everything feels a little off and wonky. Like the cards in grave look really small to me. I don't know how to fix that off the top of my head. Auto size cards. Nah. Let me know down in the comments below if you know how to size the graveyards. Other than, I guess I can bring them out. Okay. Maybe that'll help you guys be able to see them. So our opponent's graveyard has a Grizzlebrand and an Entomb. Our opponent also has a Lotus Petal and a Swamp on the battlefield. We have a Force of Will, a Counterspell, a Hymn to Torok in hand. And we have 2 Thief of Sanities now. So we are going to hymn our opponent. And this can be good or bad for us. So we got an Unmask and a Chancellor. Okay. So this isn't terrible. Our opponent still has a Chancellor in hand and probably has a reanimation spell. Alright, and now we have Counterspell. Ooh, we can actually just Thoughtseize our opponent here. Alright, so they have Animate Dead, Unmask, and Chancellor to the Annex. So we're going to take the Animate Dead here. Alright. We're going to have to find a new spot for these graveyards. Alright. Mine can just go back. Mine's not as important as our opponent's. Our opponent's graveyard is going to go... It's at least larger. It's going to go over here, but it's larger. That way you guys can see it. And then to the right of the screen is our opponent's hand. So we'll see if our opponent has anything they're able to do here. Alright, now I think I kind of want to play Thief of Sanity and try and find one of their Reanimates, because they don't have any removal spells from what I understand the list of Reanimate to be. They have some Thoughtseize and some reanimation spells, but I think their goal is to kind of go big. So being able to play Ponder turn 1 definitely helped a lot. Alright, our opponent's going to unmask us here. What'd they exile? They exiled a Dark Ritual. So I think we're going to force this, pitching the Thief of Sanity. And then hopefully our opponent doesn't go for anything here. Oh no! Alrighty. Alright, if we draw a land... So maybe last turn playing the Thief of Sanity was a little risky. So our opponent up to 7 cards in hand. Hopefully we're able to play out this Liliana the Veil and just take it down. Would be nice. Alright, so our opponent goes down to 5. I'm gonna move this here. Maybe that'll be okay. Unmask, they're gonna grab the Liliana the Veil. Yep. Alright, I don't know if we can win from this point. Cabal Ritual, naming, Counterspell. Alright, so now we're playing off the top of our deck. We have to find our other Liliana the Veil. And I think that's our only way out. Move the cleanup. Discard Ashen Rider, Chancellor of the Annex. Alright, and we don't find it here. So... I mean, we're not dead. I guess we can play this out. Nah, I'm just going to move on to the next game. I don't want to waste time. So we don't want back to basics. I can take this Spell Pierce, though. I can also see bringing in these Surgicals and the Nile Spell Bombs. I could also see bringing in the Diabolic Edict. So let me pull those cards back. Spell Pierce was the other one. We will take out these Fatal Pushes. We will take out Liliana the Last Hope. I don't think we need. So Fatal Pushes, Liliana the Last Hope. Snapcaster's okay. Hymn's alright. Jace is okay. Thoughtseize? Do we want any Thoughtseize? Is Thoughtseize better than Spell Pierce? Probably not. We probably want to cut. I'm debating if we want to cut a Thief or two. But the thing is, if our opponent reanimates anything, I don't think we're winning anyhow. I'm going to trim one Thief of Sanity. Actually, no, it's probably keep the Thieves, trim a Hymn. Where's the Thoughtseize? Keep the hymns, trim the Thoughtseize. I don't know, guys. We definitely want the graveyard hate. I don't hate the Thoughtseize. I'm going to trim a snap. Keep the snap, trim a Jace. I don't know. Keep a snap, trim a Jace, trim a Thief. I don't know. I don't think that's right. I probably messed up, but that's what we're going to play. Yes, I'd like to play first. This hand seems almost keepable, but it does not have any hate whatsoever. This at least has Force of Will. We will keep this. We're going to put that on bottom. And we'll play Underground Sea to start. I don't think we're going to be brainstorming, but just in case we are. Alright, our opponent's going to fetch. They did keep a 6-card hand, I think. Alright, so I'm going to want to brainstorm, which is weird. We'll let them Cabal. I know they're going to take the Force, but I think our only way is finding either Surgical or, yeah, Force of Will. So they're going to take our Force here. And we'll see if they're able to go off this turn. And I don't think they're going to be able to. So, end of turn, we're going to Brainstorm. Yeah, and this is why I wanted to go ahead and alright, so we're going to him our opponent here. And hopefully it's good, not bad. Alright, we got a Faithless Looting and a fetch land, which probably isn't the best. But we do have the Surgical still. We have a land on top, Cabal. We'll let Cabal. Alright, so they named Force of Will again. We have this Surgical Extraction though. Alright, we're gonna start with a main phase Brainstorm. Alright, now we have it all. So I'm gonna put Wasteland on top. We're in a little awkward of a situation, but it's not terrible. Alright, we'll pass the turn back. Alright, next turn after we play the Entomb from our opponent is going to put Ashen Rider into their graveyard, which is fine. Ashen Rider's a one of. I don't think it's one we need to fear. Alright, so I'm gonna Surgical Ashen Rider because that's what our opponent's baiting us into doing. I don't want to expose this Force of Will yet. Alright, so we're gonna take this Ashen Rider. So let's look at our opponent's deck for a moment, in case anyone wants a screenshot out there. Alright, Animate Dead, Chancellor. They brought in Grave Titans. They have a Grizzlebrand in hand, and they have an Animate dead. Reanimate, unmask. Okay. So, Reanimate's gonna fizzle now. And I'm gonna fire off this Brainstorm at the end of our turn, and there is a reason for that. The reason being that we're going to be able to hard cast Force of Will next turn if we need to. Alright, so I'm going to put Thoughtseize on top. Our opponent had Thoughtseize, Grizzlebrand, Animate dead. Alright, so now they're going to try and Thoughtseize themselves, I'm pretty sure. And then take their Grizzlebrand. And then try and Animate dead it. And we're going to just cast this. Alright, now we have Diabolic Edict on top, which isn't bad. I gotta admit, we're not in the best spot, but hopefully we'll be able to find a cantrip. Thoughtseize our opponent. Alright, we're gonna take this Grave Titan. Hopefully they're not gonna be able to reanimate that. Alright, Liliana the Veil is good. She's a Diabolic Edict on her own, so I think I'm fine with just keeping our opponent's hand empty. Alright, now we're going to play out this Thief of Sanity and tick up Liliana. And hopefully we hit a Reanimate. We can reanimate our opponent's. Alright, they have a Lotus Petal here. We actually have the mana where we could hard cast. Oh, we're one short. I was going to say we could hard cast a Grizzlebrand if we found it. So we're going to attack with this Thief of Sanity. Dark Ritual, unmask Grizzlebrand. So we're going to take this Grizzlebrand. And hopefully our opponent doesn't find anything here. Alright. I'm going to start with the attack on our opponent and see what our options are. Alright, I'll take this Thoughtseize, but I don't think we're going to end up using it. Alright, so we got rid of a Grave Titan, and now we're going to fetch. We're going to grab an Underground Sea. We're going to fetch and get a island. And now we're going to hardcast a Grizzlebrand. Alright, go ahead, opponent. Alright, good game. Alright, so we got to cast our opponent's Grizzlebrand, which was pretty good. Is there anything I'd like to change about what just happened? I'd like to do it again. I think that was fun. But I think we probably... I want to say we probably want these Thoughtseize. And I could see not playing the Jace. I think Jace at 4 mana is a little It's a little tough when we get later in the game. However, I don't want to deplete our blue sources, especially with Force of Will. So I think I'm going to trim a him and bring in a Thoughtseize, because I don't know which one's better. I mean, him is on turn 2, but we really need to be quick and aggressive with our opponent. So yeah, I think I'm going to run this. So we brought in a Thief, took out a Jace, and that was that. So I think this hand is keepable. We'll just have to wait and see what our opponent has. And it looks like they're taking a minute to think about if they're going to keep this or not. Overall, this deck so far has been pretty impressive. I think it's a classic blue-black control, but with Thief of Sanity, it's just kind of like a fun little thief we have. I think Thief of Sanity is possibly some Dak Faden leveled thieving. Alright, so our opponent mulliganed. I think we're going to keep our hand, though. I think with these Brainstorms, this Hymn, the Baleful Strix, hopefully our opponent doesn't have... Okay, they don't have a Chancellor. Hopefully they don't have a discard spell on turn 1. Alright, so they are going to fetch with this Bloodstained Mire. They're getting a Badlands, which is a little surprising. Faithless Looting from our opponent. I'm surprised they got the Badlands simply... Well, I guess they had to get the Badlands, because if they didn't have another mana producer like a Lotus Petal, then they had to Faithless Looting. Alright, they discarded Bayou and Bloodstained Mire. Alright, Liliana was our draw for the turn. So our opponent's probably land heavy, being that they discarded 2 lands. That or they're trying to keep their combo pieces. Oh, and our opponent just concedes. Alright, good game, opponent. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mousepads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons.